Guess what? If you got anger issues, that means someone else is pulling your strings. Every time you lose control over your temper, you're giving your power away. How do I know this? Because that's who I used to be. And that revelation was probably one of the biggest breakthroughs for me, because I knew it. I knew that I had no control over myself. Especially a lot of guys that are listening to this, man. It's like anger issues. You're angry, but you're not really angry. There's something else going on there. And, you know, the journey that needs to unfold is an inward journey. It's looking in the mirror. It's looking in your past. And it's realizing that there is a way through. There is a way for you to take your power back. But you got to go all in on this. All this talk that I put out there, it's because I'm walking the walk. And I'm not just walking the walk 5 days a week, weekends off, with, 2 weeks of paid time off a year. It's every single day, no matter what the situation is, that I have to wake up and I have to set intentions and keep myself in the most positive state of being, which is really just being conscientious. It's being conscientious. It's not allowing myself to go into a subconscious, emotionally wounded place of existence. But one of the biggest issues that people that struggle with anger issues have is you feel like you're out of control. You feel like you don't have control over yourself. Well, how do you get more control over yourself? You can't just control yourself. This stuff is subconscious. So how do you do you just give up? Do you just say like, well, I guess I just stay fucking alone for the rest of my life? No, that's not the answer. The answer is self-awareness. Well, how do you become more aware of yourself? By figuring out who you really are. Figuring out what you've been through. And understanding with compassion how it's impacted your life. How it's hurt you. And this is a big thing, man. This is the spiritual side of it, is that whole forgiveness piece. A lot of people, you just can't wrap your head around forgiving people that have hurt you. And I'm just here to tell you that, could you imagine that there's a reality where all these people are not your enemies? They're your guides, your trainers. Like, this is a story. And these people are playing roles that are necessary for you to transcend your physical self, to become the spiritual self, the higher self. But if you stay in the low self, you're wounded, you're angry, you're upset, you're also uncontrollable. You're going to continue to have those triggers trigger. And if you're anything like me, those usually would be unloaded on people you really love, whether that's a partner, a spouse, children, right? Family members, friends. It's usually intimate people that we feel most comfortable and safe with. So it's the place where we feel, what I like to call, is we can show our ass the most. It usually don't happen in the workplace. It usually doesn't happen out in social settings unless you're someone that's getting super inebriated and just really obnoxious. You'll let down some of those inhibitions. But most of us, our inhibitions prevent us from showing that side of us, that's survival. And so we save it for behind the closed doors. And the sad thing is, especially for a lot of guys, and if there's ladies listening here, man, them guys that hurt you, it wasn't that they wanted to hurt you. They were just trying to protect themselves. And this is their program. This is what they were trained to do. Do you hear me on this? I'm getting emotional right now. Because I've been talking to a lot of guys, mostly in recent weeks. And I'm seeing a pattern. And the pattern is me. It's the guy that I was, man. The guy that I was. That's the beautiful thing. The beautiful thing is the guy that I was. I changed. I reprogrammed. That's the self-awareness. But in terms of these interpersonal fights, these battles, these arguments, the guy that's doing this to you, when he was a little boy, there was a man in his life that taught him that this is how you treat someone you love when you're upset. I'm going to repeat that. There was someone in his life that taught him, without saying, hey, let's do a class on interpersonal conflict resolution. No, you're a child. You're observing and you're saying, oh, this is normal. This is how someone that says they love someone else, this is how they express themselves. Because every one of these guys that I talk to, when I say, hey, describe to me what that situation was like when you were a little guy, and they do, and I say, okay, does that remind you of yourself at all? And it's like, yeah, it does. And so what's encouraging for me is that there's a lot of guys right now on this planet. Kudos to all you men that are searching for the answers, for searching for results. And you're ready to kill those fucking excuses. So I'm really proud of all the men that are stepping up. And if you haven't stepped up yet, reach out. Greg@resultskillexcuses.com. 3 things. You're going to tell me a little bit about yourself. You're going to book a session. And you're going to show the fuck up. And I'm proud of those of you that are doing that. If you're not there yet, then don't be there yet. But just know that there is a way forward. There is a way for you to truly get results. To truly trust yourself. This is the kicker. If you're a guy that's carrying around the anger issues, I guarantee you, you're not fucking angry. There's something deeper. It's usually you're scared. You don't feel worthy. Someone in your life put you down, physically abused you, mentally abused you, emotionally abused you, that this shit is coming up in your adult life. And the time for men to heal is now. And there is a way to heal. And that's what keeps me going, is knowing that 1, men are ready, 2, they're taking action, and 3, they're putting in the work, myself included. This doesn't end. You don't get to a place where you're like, okay, I'm good. I don't gotta work on this anymore, man. I'm just gonna fall back on my laurels. No, if you do that, you'll go back. You won't continue growing. You'll actually revert back. And the example of that is, if you give up an addiction for any period of time, you know that we've all done this, right? We've all relapsed on something. And you know that you give it up for a while and then you say, I think I'm okay. I'm going to try it out again. It's like, boom, man, it's quick. You go real back. You go back real quick. And so don't do that to yourself, right? If you're hearing this message, stay locked in. Stay locked in for life, for life, for life. But when you're playing the power struggle and someone's pulling your strings and you're getting upset by what someone else is doing, saying, thinking, whatever, you're giving them your power. Stop doing that. If there is some self-control to have, it's to say, I don't want to give them my power anymore, but I promise you, I mark my words, there will come a time where you lose it. And then you're like, fuck, you feel like shit. Because you know that control is not it. The way that you get to a place where you now can trust yourself in any situation is by truly going inside and taking inventories of a few things. You need to inventory everyone that's ever hurt you in your life, right? And start to really paint that picture. Bring up all of those wounds, because all of that pain, all of those hurts that have been suppressed are still locked in you. And it's not until you open up your eyes with eyes of forgiveness, which a lot of people just have a hard time with, the forgiveness piece. If you can get through that and really start to forgive people. And one of the ways that I like to train and to guide and to coach people is for you to ask forgiveness from the people that have hurt you. Because that's a total, what did he just say? I need to ask for them for forgiveness? Yes. Because it's energetic. Because you're angry and mad. You're sending them murderous, angry thoughts because they hurt you. You do need to be forgiven for that. Two rights don't make a wrong. We at least understand that. And there's more of a spiritual meaning to this that I invite you to join me on this journey. You're being called here. Your soul tribe. I'm going to switch that. I got to switch that, right? I got to just start saying, what's up, soul tribe? Because this is the truth. We're here for the spiritual reasons. And I'm very excited about hauling ass from here to the end of the year and seeing where this goes in 2025. It's going to be a beautiful thing. I know it's going to be beautiful. And I welcome you on this journey. I welcome you to call this place home. Results kill excuses. Download the app. Jump in that community. Jump in that tribe chat. Matter of fact, I'm going to go put in a message here now. So depending on when you're watching this, there's going to be a new message from yours truly. Because I know that that's a big piece of it, is us taking down our guards and connecting with what we would think are maybe strangers, but we're not. We're not. There's not an accident here. Those of you that have downloaded the app, those of you that are searching and taking those types of action, man, this is Soul Tribe. This is fam. This is soul fam. This is spiritual family right here, you guys. From my heart to yours. I love you so much. I love each and every one of you. And, you know, when I'm meeting one-on-one with a lot of people, it's like I'm constantly trying to figure out, okay, man, how do I take this even bigger? Where we have, group sessions, but it's going to take people having to be confident enough to be seen for their wounds. If I was to start hosting some group sessions, comment down below if that's something that you would be interested in being a part of. And when I say group sessions, this would be held clearly in a remote setting, digital. but where I would be able to call on you and you'd turn on your camera and we would talk and I could do some coaching with you in front of other people. That's scary, right? Is that scary? Comment down below if that's a scary thing. But I'm just seeing that there's so much commonality. We need to see each other. We need each other, right? I need you, you need me. And that's something we're so guarded against, right? I don't need you. I've told a lot of people that. I don't need you. And that's not true, man. That's ego. Because even if we think we don't need them in the physical, we need each other spiritually. We are connected. You can't even sever that shit. But that's what's going to take some big cojones, big courage, is for us to start doing a group thing and talking. And I was a part of one recently with the group of veterans, and it sucks that it didn't last long, but our common therapist pulled us together and we were all starting to vibe. It was actually really good. And for whatever reasons, it didn't go. It didn't go past, I think it was 2 sessions, but it was starting to vibe. And I'm just thinking of other ways that I can be of service to more people simultaneously and to really maximize. It's really my time, because if I'm there one-on-one with a lot of different people, it's powerful. But I know that even if I was to be one of me and 10 of you, that's powerful too. And so it's something to think about. And I'm just thinking out loud here. But my heart is going out to you. There is a way through. And I'm not trying to gatekeep or keep secrets to any of this. It's a process, though. There's no magic trick. There's no instant. So it's a process. I'm not trying to gatekeep and keep anything hidden. You know, I'm going to try and pack as much of this into resources for you, whether it's on the app, in the new journal. It's coming out. 1% better every day. Self-accountability journal. I love it. That's going to be a big piece to really get you into the journaling, into really putting out all your thoughts and all these things that are frustrating you, putting it down on paper and giving yourself, your mental self, some relief, letting your mental self take a little break, getting out of your mind and into your heart, into your body, and then allowing all that stuff to release. Because as you release that and then start with some intentions to do some forgiveness and then really start to rebuild your sense of self, your identity, no longer being controlled by your past, starting to project and write how you want your story to end, and then becoming that person, you transcend all the pain and all the emotions. And in doing that, you start to gain self-awareness and self-mastery. And so I have another program for that too, but I ain't going to keep talking about programs. I love talking about life, and I know that you're hearing this message. And I really do appreciate those of you that take time to comment, take time to like the messages, take time to share the messages. It really does keep me going. There's a lot of times that I'm sitting there saying, man, really? Dude, these guys don't want to hear more of this shit. But I think you do. And I'm grateful that I have the energy and the clarity and the focus to keep going, to keep giving this message and getting better as I go. I love you guys so much. It's getting dark. I'm losing the light out here. It's been a beautiful day of life. And I hope that I connect with you personally soon. But if not, I love just hearing and reading your comments and engaging with you there. And I really hope that you'll take me up on the offer to be a part of the Results Kill Excuses private tribe chat. That app community, I think, has the real flex, man. We ain't got to be controlled by no apps. There's no kill switch. There's no cancel culture in there. It's just a bunch of like-minded, beautiful humans that are actually souls having a human experience but have been drawn together. Be kind to yourself. Really forgive yourself. Keep washing your mind with that forgiveness. Forgive people. Ask for forgiveness spiritually from people that have hurt you. It shifts the paradigm. That's a paradigm shift. That's like, it's sacred magic in that. If you've never done it, find the courage to do it in the quietness. If you don't feel like you can do it alone, reach out to me and I will walk you through a visualization that will give you the strength to be able to just do that. And I guarantee you're going to feel a lot better. And why would you feel better doing that? Because we all feel better. There's something about the forgiveness ritual of either seeking forgiveness or someone saying they're sorry. But again, it takes being present. You have to be present. And when I say present, it means like you have to be conscientious. Sometimes people say they're sorry and you just don't even give a fuck. Yeah. It's like, care about that. When someone says they're sorry, that's a big deal. It's a big deal. It's a ritual. It's a ceremonial thing. Be present. Receive forgiveness. Give forgiveness, even to those that don't deserve it. Love the unlovable. And a lot of times, guess what? That's loving yourself. Show yourself some love. Take care of yourself. I love you guys. You know the drill. Results kill excuses, because if it was easy, it wouldn't be worth it. Greg's out.